MLB Network's coverage of Major League Baseball brings us to the Sunshine State and Marlins Park in Miami. The Midsummer Classic between the American League All-Stars and the National League All-Stars. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to our special coverage of the Major League Baseball All-Star Game here on MLB Network. I'll be joined in a moment by Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, but first let's give you a look at this year's American and National League All-Star starters as voted on by you, the fans. Final preparations being made on the field. We've got a fun night in store. It's the Major League Baseball All-Star Game on MLB Network, and it comes your way next. Back now as we draw ever closer to first pitch. Let's listen in to public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2017 National League All-Star.
Briefly now, we'll look at the two men named by their managers to get the ball here to begin this All-Star game. And now we'll look at the starting lineup for the visitors in this one. Harold, what's the key for them against one of the best starters in the game?
Matt, have you seen this guy throw? Whew, he is electric. What do you got to do against him? I think you got to attack him early. He's just too overpowering. His stuff is electric. He's got one of those great power arms that we'll talk about for years to come. You got to take it to him before he takes it to you. All right, let's get a look at the majestic defensive alignment for the National League All-Stars. And down there at first base, Paul Goldschmidt. The thing I like about him, he catches everything. That's why he won a Gold Glove before. Throw it his direction. He's a big target. Stands about 6'4". He's wide. He'll make the play for you. He's a great guy to throw to, and he can also make the plays on his own.
Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. And we are set for baseball here this evening.
Jose Altuve.
A shot down the first baseline, but a foul ball here. 0-1. Count, and the pitch. Hard on the ground towards short. Scooped up on the backhand. Throw beats him by a half a step. He almost beat that out. And with that, here's a look at the visitors' starting lineup. What's the key for them tonight, Harold?
Well, the key to me in this one, I'm going to throw a cliche at you, Matt. You know I don't use many cliches. I would have to say, have great energy. Play with some enthusiasm. Be excited about playing. And if they do that, man, they carry it through for 9 innings. Look out.
Here's Mookie Betts. Into the windup and the pitch. This is flared out towards second. On to first, and Scherzer's on a roll now, 2 away.
Batting third, right fielder.
So striding forward now, Nelson Cruz. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. First pitch fastball swung on and missed 0-1.
Now that's a big swing. That's what the big fella's supposed to do. Look to go downtown. Let it all fly. He let the dog out right there. I want to see if he calms it down or does it again on this pitch.
And boy, was he ever fooled on that pitch. It's 0-2 now.
Well, that's not a good pitch for him to hit. Look, this fella's got so much power, but you got to bring the pitch into the zone.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. Nothing doing here in the opening half inning. It's the American League nothing, National Leaguers coming to bat. It's the Major League Baseball All-Star Game, exclusively on MLB Network. A chance now to take a look at how the home team lines up in this one. What's the key to sending fans home smiling tonight, Harold?
Matt, they're facing an excellent pitcher. Look, and what great pitchers do, they get stronger as the game goes on. So to me, you got to get him early. I want to see if they take pitches, maybe try to work the count a little bit, get that pitch count up, and maybe see if they can get him weaker as he goes deeper into the game. But it's going to be a challenge, no doubt.
And they'll flip it to the pitcher covering for the out. With a moment now, let's have a look at the home team starting lineup. HR, what's the key for him here tonight?
Tell you what, Matt, they got a great pitcher going, so it takes the pressure off the offense. You know you don't need 5 or 6 runs to win a game. You just scrape out a couple, and he's going to make it stand up.
Skied into very shallow right. Cruz over to his right, and he makes the catch for the second out.
Batting third. First
now
baseman.
batting, Paul Goldschmidt. No one aboard for him, and 2 gone here in the first. Here's a swing and a high pop-up, drifting toward the third base dugout. And he will indeed make the play in foul territory to retire the side. An inning in the books tonight, still scoreless here on MLB Network. Striding in, Aaron Judge. And he'll lead things off against Max Scherzer.
Fielder, Aaron Judge.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Behind the plate is James Kingsley.
Yeah, James Kingsley, solid umpire and pretty universally appreciated around the game. Basically, he's not a guy you're ever dreading to see behind the plate.
Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
Well, there's no doubt what he was thinking on those first 2 swings. Big power swings. Now he's got to dial it back a little bit and try to put that ball in play.
And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
All right, let's take a look at the majestic defensive alignment for the National League All-Stars. And I'm looking out in the outfield with Charlie Blackmon. You know, this guy can play all over the field. I love the sweet throwing left-hander. He can go get the ball, too.
Cano waits on the first pitch. Robinson Cano is at the plate now, and he's quickly behind 0-1.
Well, that's a high pitch he's swinging at right there. Even if he makes contact on that, Matt, I think it's a pop-up. He's probably not going to drive that ball. That ball's so high out of the zone.
0-2 now as Cano comes up empty on that one. A great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the second out.
Hate to be Captain Obvious here, but he looks great to begin this start. That's already 3 Ks for him in the first 5 hitters. It'd be awesome to see him keep up this pace.
Striding into the box, Carlos Correa. First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch-out, so we'll see if he can fare any better. And a feeble swing that time. It's 0-1.
Oh, man, he's got a chance to strike out the side on 9 pitches. 7 down, 2 to go.
Hit hard back up the middle. Oh, and it eats him up a bit. And, oh, the throw pulls the first baseman off the bag, and he'll reach it first.
Batting 7th, third baseman.
So here's Francisco Lindor now. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Oh, 1. Here's the pitch. High in the air out to center field. Inciarte's there. Makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. AL leaves 1. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Giancarlo Stanton now.
Leading
And he'll
off for the
step in to
National
start things out against
Right
Chris
fielder,
Sale.
Giancarlo Stanton.
Swing and a miss, and he's behind 0-1. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count 0-2. Lifted in the air to center field. Judge is on the move. 1 out.
Time for a look at the defense for the AL All-Stars, brought to you by Majestic. And I'm looking in the outfield at Mookie Betts. This kid came up as a second baseman, flew through the organization, tearing it up. But where are you going to go when you're blocked by Dustin Pedroia? So they moved into the outfield. I cannot believe how quick he caught on.
And Dan, that's a pretty good example of why he's such a great pitcher.
Yeah, stuff. Stuff is obviously the important key to being dominant on the mound, but it doesn't mean a whole lot if you don't have outstanding control to go along with it. But he does, and he really spotted that pitch.
Third baseman, Ryan Zimmerman.
Here's Ryan Zimmerman now. He'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. Swung on and missed. 1-2 now.
He's really throwing the ball well in this game. And the thing to me that stands out is that two-seamer. He's got great movement, and he's keeping hitters off balance with it.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Oh, got him looking at the two-seamer, and that'll end it. 1, 2, 3 go the National Leaguers. We'll move to the third with no score. Zach Greinke, a 6'2" right-hander, jogs in to take over on the mound.
21, Zach Greinke.
Digging in, Miguel Sano. He'll lead it off against Zach Greinke to open up the inning.
Leading off for the American League, first baseman, Miguel Sano.
This is line to left. Blackman is right there as he puts it away, no problem for the first out.
Jumped all over that first pitch of the inning, and he didn't miss it. Just wasn't able to steer it in a direction that resulted in a leadoff hit.
Stepping in now, Gary Sanchez. As Greinke jumps ahead of him here with strike 1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on and lifted in the air to left. Blackman is under it. 2 down.
The second baseman, number 27, Jose.
Digging in for his second at bat, Jose Altuve. 0 for 1 here in the early going. Into the windup and the pitch. Line toward right center. Inciarte will get there, and he puts it away to retire. Matt Vasgersian back with Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac as the 2016 National League Rookie of the Year Corey Seager settles in to start things out. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike. Now a swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Drilled on the ground to short. Correa scoops it up, and the throw forces the first baseman to leave his feet, and by the time he came down, it's too late. So that'll go into the books as an E6, and he'll be kicking himself over that one. Here's the shortstop, Zach Cozart. Here's the first pitch to him. Takes a look down at the knees for a strike. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Drilled right back up the middle. Base hit, and they're into the hit column.
A lot of base hits up the middle. Set your sights up the alleys and try to take it back up the middle hard like you did right here. Nice job.
Buster Posey.
Coming to the plate now, Buster Posey. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. Just keeping him close. First pitch coming. Here it is. Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Takes a look at one catching the outside corner. None out, runners at first and second. And that's swung on and missed, and Posey goes down for the first out.
Nice two-seam fastball there. You don't usually see a lot of swings and misses with that pitch unless it's really moving. So that one must have had some real good late life. Now, I'm sure these infielders know it, but this hitter can burn down the baseline. So if he puts a ground ball in play, the defense is going to have to make a perfect turn to turn 2.
0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Weak grounder back to the mound. And indeed, he'll not even try as he goes to first, and that means 2 men are in scoring position now with 2 away.
Good pitch right there to run the two-seamer in on his hands and bunch him up. And an easy ground ball is the result.
Here's Charlie Blackmon now, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Second pitch is chopped foul right at home plate, and he's behind now 0-2. This one's down to third. Lindor fields it cleanly, and the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. National Leaguers strand a couple. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. Carlos Martinez, a right-hander standing 6 foot even, will take over the pitching duties here. Riding in once again, Mookie Betts comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. And a half-hearted swing there as he tried to go the other way, and it's strike 1.
Well, he was clearly looking for a fastball right there, and that slider got right to him and went whoop, slid to the side, and as a result, he got an ugly swing and miss.
Inciarte is there, and he has it for the first out.
The right fielder, number 23, Nelson Cruz.
Here's Nelson Cruz now. He's 0 for 1 thus far. A little tardy there. No balls and a strike.
You know what I've been impressed with? He's really used that fastball to his advantage, and he's recognized the fact he's throwing it by people. So he's continued to dominate with that heater and not check off of it much.
He's ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And that is swung on and missed. He's down on strikes, and the first 2 are retired here to begin inning number 4. Here's big Aaron Judge. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Swing and a miss on the slider, 0-1. Just 1 hit apiece for both of these clubs. And he gets him to swing through that one. He's in control, 0-2. Swung on and missed as they set him down for the second time here tonight. Here's Paul Goldschmidt.
Leading off the 4th inning, first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt.
Chris Davinsky, a right-handed reliever standing 6'3", gets the ball now out of the bullpen.
Chris Davinsky.
This is hit down the right field line, but it's going to get out of play for strike 1.
Oh, that's one he's going to want back right there. A fastball right in your wheelhouse, and you foul it.
And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Well, I think he got away with one right there. It was a fastball right down the middle, and he hit it hard, but he couldn't elevate it at all. Would have been a different story if he did.
Giancarlo Stanton will stand in for a second time here as he swings and misses there. It's 0-1. A fastball that he's way out in front of. A swing and a miss.
He's such a good hitter. You don't see him miss pitches that are right there in a good hitter's location very often.
So it was a strikeout looking there. Giancarlo Stanton becomes out number 2 this inning. Joey Votto is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike 1.
He might want that pitch back up and away. That's a pitch you can really drive if you have the right approach towards that opposite field gap.
He's falling behind right now after that swing.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. NL down in order. Through 4, still tied, 0-0. Alex Wood, the 6'4" southpaw, comes in out of the bullpen to do the pitching.
Number 57.
Here's Robbie Cano now. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. And he got him out in front that time. Strike 1.
It looks like he just swung right over that sinker right there. What is so hard about a sinker, you have to almost go underneath it and scoop it. If you got one of those swings that goes over the top, you're never going to hit him.
And good hustle to get over and tag him for the out.
Shortstop.
Here's Carlos Correa now. He's ready. Here's the first offering. First pitch has him dancing to avoid it. It's ball 1. No runs, just 1 hit. 1 error in the contest for the American League. And here's a ball hit in the air. But this will wind up being a foul ball. And a hard sinker there, chopped foul at home plate. The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, got him reaching. Posey's got it, and he makes the throw to first. Correa is retired, 2 down now.
Now batting.
So here's Francisco Lindor now. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Lindor.
Now the pitch. Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck.
This offense has just been flailing at the plate all game long, so it's no wonder why they've only been able to pick up 1 hit so far. I'm not seeing much of a game plan from these hitters.
No runs, just 1 hit. 1 error in the contest for the American League. Back up the middle, and the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit. So some success with 2 out keeps the inning alive for Miguel Sano.
This guy's such a good hitter. I get the feeling even when he's down 0-2 in the count like he was here, he's still actually ahead of the count when he's facing anybody.
Here's Miguel Sano. He gets a shot to hit here in the inning following the 2-out single.
Yeah, and that hit might not amount to much, but anytime you can extend an inning and give a guy with plenty of pop a chance to swing it, the outlook of an inning changes dramatically.
Runners off for second. Line drive to left. In there, a base hit.
Breaking his heart, Matt. Breaking his heart. You got 2 quick outs. He's thinking he's going to cruise through this thing, and now look at him. Boom, boom. Base hits coming back at you. That's why you have to complete the inning.
Into the box now, Gary Sanchez. Swing and oh my, hit him with the high. Gone. So a 3-run shot to right center field as the AL goes out to a 3-0 lead.
Well, when it left its bat, I didn't think it had the height to even clear the fence. Shows you how much I know. That thing was a laser shot that just kept going and going and going. Wow, that was impressive.
Here's the second baseman, Jose Altuve. 0 for 2 on his line thus far.
Jose Altuve.
Here comes the first pitch. And that swung on and missed for strike one. Sure took a healthy hack that time.
Yeah, and I don't understand that approach at all, Matty. He's not really known for having a whole lot of pop in his bat, but he is.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. But the big blow of the inning comes right here, a 3-run home run. Middle of the night here in Miami. It's the American League 3 and the National League nothing. Here's Ryan Zimmerman now. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
League. Third baseman, Ryan Zimmerman.
Into the windup and the pitch. A fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind.
Well, this offense finds themselves struggling right now, and they're down a few runs. They got to try to manufacture, get somebody on, maybe hit and run, and then you look for the big ball. Looks like right now everybody's swinging for the downs. They got to turn it around a little bit, play a little small ball, get it going.
Throw on to first, and one third baseman grounds out to the other, one away. A little bit over halfway home tonight, bottom of the fifth, as we get a look at our line score to this point. And boy, just one hit for these guys, and they have not swung the bats well. That's putting it mildly. Corey Seager is in with one away now as he swings and misses here at strike one.
Beautifully thrown splitter right there. High 80s, down in the zone. Looks like a fastball coming in, and then it just drops off the table. You can get a lot of swinging strikes with that.
Swing and a miss on the fastball that time. Out number 2. Digging in to try it again. Zach Cozart. He singled his last time up.
Zach Cozart.
Started to go down after it, and he couldn't hold back. It's strike one. Ball chopped foul here at the plate, and he's behind 0-2. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the National Leaguers. Robbie Ray takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound. Here's Mookie Betts. He'll try and get things started as we begin inning number 6. And he starts him out with a strike on the outer half.
When you're facing this good a hitter, man, that strike one becomes so important to get ahead with him and make him think about something else. Now you can control the at-bat.
The 0-1. Squared that one up just a little late.
Oh, that was a pretty good pitch right there. A little bit late. That's why he wasn't able to catch it. Right there in his wheelhouse.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Dribbled to the right side. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th.
The right fielder, number 23, Nelson Cruz.
Ready for another chance? Nelson Cruz, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts for him so far. Way behind that pitch, it's 0-1.
Now that's actually a pretty good pitch right there. I know he swung through the fastball and he's got some power, but the location is what I like. It was up away just enough and tempting enough for him to swing it.
From a knee, he gets him. What a play.
Center fielder,
great play was left into the hole on that one. And something to notice is how he had time to get back to his feet for the throw. He knew he had to hurry, but he didn't have to rush.
First delivery to him on the way. Aaron Judge is in for the 3rd time as he swings and misses at that one. It's 0-1. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Waved at and missed, and he's behind 0-2.
Aggressive swings out of him to start this at bat, but he hasn't been able to put the ball in play. Time to use that aggressiveness and make him chase now.
Got him. And that's the 3rd time we've written a K next to his name. Here's Buster Posey now. He'll lead things off against the same reliever.
Catcher, Buster Posey.
Dylan Betances enters to do the pitching in the bottom of the 6th.
Number 68, Dylan
outside
Betances.
with that slurve of his 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 delivery. And he misses again, 2-0.
That's back-to-back breaking balls away, but now he's got himself into a little bit of a tough spot. You probably can't throw that again, so your opponent is probably up there just looking for a fastball that he can drill.
Well, this is not how he wanted to come into this game out of the bullpen. The leadoff man of the inning, he finds himself down 3-0 in count. He's got to take a deep breath, refocus, and get back in this game.
Well, they haven't been able to scratch a run across yet, so maybe this walk will jumpstart their offense a little bit.
Here's Ender Inciarte. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. There to look it in his bets, and that's out number 1. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up.
Now batting.
Here's Charlie Blackmon now. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. But that finds its way through for a base hit. And they'll have runners at second and third following the 1-out double.
The first baseman, number 44.
Here's Paul.
Paul Goldschmidt.
Andrew Miller takes the mound to try to get out of this mess. There are 2 on with only 1 away.
Andrew Miller.
And a fastball for Miller as he jumps ahead, 0-1.
He's in a tough jam right here, but you see what he's doing? He's going back with his best stuff, reaching back, trusting his fastball.
Lays off the slider, and it's 1-1.
You know, he's one of their guys they rely on to get their offense going. They need a rally, so we'll see if he can spark one here.
1-1 pitch is a slider that's cut on and missed for strike 2. Boy, good bite on the slider, and it just missed inside.
Hey, number 3 hole hitter up right now. Cleanup guy on deck. 2-ball, 2-strike count. I think pitcher wants to make something happen right here.
Swing and a high pop-up. Could be tough back behind third. Lindor takes charge out there, and he stays with it for the 2nd out.
Great scoring opportunity miss right there. You talk about frustration. Popping it up with 2 runners in scoring position. He'd like to get that one back.
Giancarlo Stanton is in with 2 away here as this one swung on and missed for the first strike.
Well, he got him to chase a fastball right there off the plate. He's such a good hitter. You don't see him chasing out of the zone very often. That just tells me the pitcher's got pretty good stuff.
He went for the knockout pitch that time, but a good eye. 1-2.
This is a big spot right here. 2 runners on, and you knew he was going to waste a pitch right there, 0-2. But right now, you can still make him chase out of the zone, and you got a chance to get out of this jam.
And he's down on strikes, so they get 2 men into scoring position, but that's as far as they'll get as the side is retired. National Leaguers strand a couple. They trail it here 3-0. Welcome back to baseball on MLB Network. The American League out front in this one as we get set for the 7th. But first, let's check out the game summary through the first 6 innings of play. Corey Knebel is on to pitch from the bullpen now to start inning number 7. Ready once again, Robinson Cano. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ballgame.
Robinson Cano.
And he pops him up back behind second base. Seager is there for it, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
Hey, every pitcher loves to get quick outs, right? How about that? 1 pitch, 1 out, a pop-up to start the inning.
Digging in to try it again, Carlos Correa. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game. And this is popped foul off to the right and back into the seats. And the pitch. This one's flared toward left center. Seager into shallow left. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
Now batting, third baseman, Francisco Lindor.
Ready for another shot now. Francisco Lindor. A hit in 2 tries so far. In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. And now a curveball as he's got to lean out of the way. That one nearly got him.
Pretty easy takes to start out this at bat. None of those pitches were even close to the strike zone.
There's a high foul ball as it finds a lucky fan in the upper deck for a souvenir. 2-2.
Boy, he's getting a lot of late swings. They're just not catching up to him right now, not picking it up, not seeing it, or maybe picked up a tick on his fastball. But, man, he's keeping it away from him nice.
Fouled toward the third base dugout, but this will get back into the seats, out of play.
Well, these hitters can expect to see a heavy dose of that big fastball from
Threw it right past him, a swing and a miss at the gas, and that ends the inning. American League goes down in order, but they're on top. Bryce Harper is up off the bench as he'll be asked to get something started in the home half of the seventh.
Bryce Harper.
Hit on the ground down the first baseline, and that's going to be a base hit. So a great job off the bench as he's aboard to kick off their half of the inning.
Well, that's what you want right there, late in the game. Lead off single. Now they still got some.
Number 20, Daniel Murphy.
Luis Severino takes the ball here as he'll enter with a runner at first and nobody out.
Luis
Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And he'll indeed make the play in foul territory for the first out.
The batter, number 5, shortstop, Corey
Here's
Seager.
Corey Seager. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout in this one. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Swing and a little tapper. Runners on first with one down. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control. 0-2. And this will be fouled away. Ready with another 0-2. Comes back with the cut fastball for strike 3 called, and there are 2 down. Pretty clear he didn't like the call there on the outside part of the plate, but probably too good to take, and he's down on strikes for the second time.
Yeah, that pitch was right on the black. Beautiful pitch. And even if we had robot umps, he'd still be out. But the only difference would be he wouldn't be able to complain about it.
Right there, Matt. You know, they get the leadoff man on, and they haven't been able to advance him. That's why they're not scoring runs. You got to hit and run, steal, do something to get that runner moving. Get aggressive.
Oh, got him to swing out of his shoes on that one. 0-2. Got him swinging as he runs the fastball by him to end. Daniel Murphy is going to go ahead and stay in the ballgame and play third now.
Now playing third base, number 20,
Steven Strasburg
Daniel
has
Murphy.
been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 37, Steven
Digging in and looking for more, Miguel Sano. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. Had him reaching that time. It's strike 1. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's in control. 0-2. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning. 8th inning now in this all-star matchup as you get a look at the line score. The American Leaguers leading in this one as they close in on defeating their National League rivals. Gary Sanchez will stand in again as we flash you back to earlier. He's accounted for their only runs of the ballgame on one swing of the bat, as this was the swing right here. He's set. Here it comes. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball. Well, as demonstrated there, that's a tough pitch to do anything with.
Yeah, good luck. But hey, a high fastball all of a sudden becomes really dangerous for a pitcher if it's not spotted above the zone. A little height difference makes all the difference.
Two quick strikes, and now the 0-2. Now a fastball. Look out as he has to duck out of harm's way there. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
The second baseman, number
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Jose Altuve. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. In there for strike one. Here comes the 0-1. Tried to crush that ball and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And another foul ball. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Another one sent foul. Chopped down the first baseline, but it's a foul ball, says the first base umpire.
That's 4 foul balls in a row. He's battling, no doubt.
Now another 0-2. And here's a ball hit in the air. Goldschmidt has room in foul territory. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. The 2010 National League Rookie of the Year, Buster Posey, will start things out after the break. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. It's the American League 3 and the National League 0. There is Buster Posey. He'll get things started now in the bottom of inning number 8.
Buster.
Craig Kimbrell is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 46, Craig Kimbrell.
A fastball that finds the outside corner. Comes set, and the 0-1. And this is fouled at the plate.
Well, he fouls off that fastball right there, and you wonder, does he love his fastball enough to come back with it 3 times in a row?
And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone. Marcell Ozuna will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with 1 gone in the inning. And he gets ahead 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's quickly in the hole 0-2. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first 2 men he faces out of the bullpen.
That swing tells me he was really trying to get a pitch out front and rip it down the line, but that wasn't a great pitch to do it on. It's really not the best 2-strike approach either.
Number 35 will get the call to pinch hit here, as we'll see what he can do with 2 out and the base is empty. He'll attempt to put the ball in play for a change here with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. Here's the 0-2. And this is chopped foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Here it comes. And he struck him out. So a fine inning here as he strikes out this side in order. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. Marcell Ozuna will stay in the ballgame as he takes over in center.
Now playing center field, number 13.
Number 35 will stay in the ballgame now and take over in left field.
Number 35.
Number 56 will take the ball now as the new pitcher.
56.
Digging in once again, Mookie Betts. He'll be charged with trying to get on board leading off the 9th.
Left fielder, Mookie.
Bat explodes as this has popped up. And he'll steer clear of the flying debris to make the catch here for the first out. Riding in once again, Nelson Cruz. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts for him to this point in the ballgame. Swings through the slider there.
They've done a real nice job keeping this guy under wraps in this one. No hits for him so far, and what stands out to me is they're going right after him. They're not pitching him like they're afraid he's going to do any damage.
In time to first, and there are 2 away.
fielder,
Now to
number
the plate,
99.
Aaron Judge. 3 at-bats for him in this one, all ending with him going down on strikes. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike.
It can be tough to lay off a high fastball like that because right at your eye level, it looks like it's so easy to hit, and then it's by you.
Well, and he's got him in the palm of his hand now. It's 0-2. The 0-2 home. And he struck him out. So a good pitch there, and now they're going to need to string some hits together in this last at-bat if they want to get back in this thing. So they breeze through this half of the inning. Nolan Arenado.
National Leaguers, number 28. Nolan
Roberto Ozuna enters the game to finish this one off here in the bottom of the ninth.
Number 54.
And here's a fastball called for strike one.
Oh, that's for sure going to be a pitch he wants back. You're not going to get many balls right in the wheelhouse from a top-level arm like this.
Here's a late swing and a miss, strike two. 0-2 count, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that'll get a groan from the home supporters here. One away. Josh Harrison will move into the on-deck circle now to try to get something started here with one gone in the inning.
Harrison.
Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. One out, nobody on. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. And he strikes him out as well. So make it back-to-back punch-outs here to the first two men he faces out of the bullpen. Justin Turner will get the call to pinch hit here as we'll see what he can do with 2 out and the base is empty. I had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Fouled straight back. 2 out, nobody on. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Well, this one had its moments of drama and excitement. In the end, these guys came away with the victory and look on to the next one.
And tonight's ends as a 3-0 shutout win. The American League earned the victory despite only collecting 4 total hits. So that's a wrap here tonight. Harold Reynolds, Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian, thanking you for watching Major League Baseball on MLB Network. Have a great night.
Our final line score tonight. First for the victorious American League All-Stars. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error. They left just 1 runner on base. The American League now claims home field advantage for this fall's World Series. The final line for the National League: no runs, 3 hits, no errors. They left 5 men on base.